Welcome to Elimination, the podcast that puts sitcom against sitcom and brothers against father. Music by Ben Sound. Here's your host, Bob.
Yes, welcome to Elimination, sponsored by Kent All Clean. Once again, our friends at Kent All Clean have chipped in, so that's great. Affordable prices, fully insured, proud members of Checker Trade. Get in touch with them. Their links are all over our social media. I'm here with my brother Mike.
Hello.
And our dad Dave.
Do.
And welcome to round two, the second, the sequel, this time round. And we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. We're going to select two sitcoms at random.
Can I just say something first, Robert?
Oh, go on, Dave. Hello.
Well, it's a curious thing about our downloads.
Okay.
Podcast
downloads.
We've been quite successful with our downloads, but a strange phenomenon is that 32%, which is nearly a third of our downloads, are in Islington.
The Islington mob.
Which is quite... Don't you think that's a bit odd?
Does that make us trendy?
I don't know. Are they
I've never been trendy, so I'd like to be.
I don't know, but it's a bit odd, isn't it?
I'll tell you who's based in Islington, Dave.
Who?
The Arsenal.
Oh, we're Arsenal fans.
We are. Maybe that's.
Should have said that. Everyone else has switched off.
Yeah, all the Spurs fans are gone.
Thanks for listening.
See you later. Bye.
No, but it is curious. I mean, if anyone knows why that should be, that so many downloads for our show are in Islington, or is it a lot of downloads for all podcasts in Islington?
Yeah, but what's stranger really? Because if we've got 32%, did you say?
32%. It was 33.
In Islington. What's stranger for a UK podcast, or to have one listener in Hong Kong?
No, it's stranger at 32% because you get one.
Oh, okay, leave it there.
One Englishman working in Hong Kong downloads their podcast, but for a third of our downloads to be in one place in North London is a bit strange for me. But there you go.
We're not slagging it off, by the way.
No,
Tell your friends.
Dwarfs all the other. I mean,
yeah.
The next one on there is about 8%. So,
welcome Islington.
And I just wondered if there was a reason, and if everyone knows the reason, to put it on the Facebook page.
Whoever it is that spread the word in Islington, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice one. Maybe if we went to Islington, it'd be like Beatlemania. Elimination Mania. We're like, oh my god, we're being chased by 32%.
Anyway, I thought I'd mention it. Michael,
I've already picked
first
one.
What?
I've already got it,
jumped the gun.
It's only Fools and Horses.
Now. This could be a real giant match, couldn't it?
Well, it already is.
I feel nervous. I'm
right,
scared.
They're all laid out on the table here. I'm going to turn one over, and I'm going to turn this one over. Oh. Michael's favourite. Second favourite.
Oh.
Men behaving badly.
Oh. That tune just reminds me of Friday night on Channel 4. It used to go from Frasier to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I was out.
Every night. Maybe even badly. That tune alone just gives me nostalgic.
I've never seen Only Fools and Horses.
I've only seen it a few thousand times.
I think it's never off Dave, is it?
It's always.
Channel.
No, it's not. Never off Dave.
It is. Never off Dave. It isn't. It's always on there. They must be making a fortune.
I mean, yeah. Must
just
be.
bought it. Yeah. We'll just play it over and over again.
Fair play to them.
What's the first thing that pops into your head when you say Only Fools and Horses?
Well, it's the bar, isn't it?
Dave, is it the same for you?
No, the flat for me.
Is it?
Just the flat as a set?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's probably the Batman and Robin bit pops into my head.
Oh, that's fantastic. Come on, Dale, let's go!
He did the punch on his own hand as well.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
wicked.
he wouldn't do it on someone else's hand, would he?
Well, he's done it before.
More of a face.
I like Only Fools and Horses. It is one of them iconic. I think it's becoming a bit like Friends. You know, Friends is kind of taken on this kind of its own mantle where kids that weren't born in the 90s are wearing T-shirts for it and all that.
It's got like almost like a second,
like a cult following.
Wind. Yeah, I mean, lots. I mean, my daughter, she's 15. She went through it. My 12-year-old stepdaughter, she's absolutely loving on it. Now, they're kids of that age. I think where she started secondary school, it only takes one person to get into it, and then all of a sudden you've got
Spreads like wild fire.
wild flange,
Wildflowers.
the wild flange.
The best kind of flange.
Yeah.
He chokes on me coffee there.
Oh,
I'm drinking
Nearly.
coffee. Mike's drinking Lucasade.
I'm not actually. I've drunken the Lucasade.
Okay. So, Air Goodies, Only Fools and Horses, Mike.
I mean, it is amazingly good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably more interesting if we speak about stuff that the negatives.
Well, this is a lot of
Yeah.
people wouldn't say there are any negatives.
Right. Well, there has to be. Yeah.
Well,
It went on too long. It went on too long. That's
Yeah,
the be all and end all.
That is it. But when I think of Only Fools and I don't think of the newer,
No.
the later. I love the early sort of first 4 or 5 series when Rodney's an idiot. Like when he's you know,
Gormless
yeah,
twit.
I don't like Rodney when he gets old.
When he becomes a yuppie.
Well, yeah, I don't like Rodney in the older ones because he just turns into a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but
But
it's
but
still a
that
great
isn't
show.
That life though, isn't that life though? The little brother looks up to his, up to Del, and then all of a sudden he realises he's a bit of a kind of he's not actually living. He's just sort of living hand to day to mouth, and then he grows
What are you trying
up.
to tell me, Bob?
And he sort of gets, but you sort of take over, and then obviously he gets with his missus, and she kind of brings him out of it as well.
Yeah, but
doesn't
then
she?
he's still there when he needs him.
Yeah, he gets into trouble. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, negatives. It is difficult. I mean, the later ones. Yeah, I mean, you could.
Is there
say,
any character that when they come on you think, oh,
No,
out of the whole pool
there-
of
not
pool
for
of
me.
characters?
There is not.
I don't think there is.
No, it's
No.
such a strong.
And that is rare for such
I
a
mean,
large cast
yes.
for them not to be at least one character. You go, oh, it
I
slows,
mean, it's not even
slows
like,
down when that one.
It's not even like you could say there's no weak link, but if there, there's no one even comes close to being a weak link. Everybody plays their part,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be the same without any single character. It is, I mean, it's as close to being perfect.
What about the Jolly Boys outing?
We're so sorry.
Well, we used to pass there, didn't we? When we used to go down to Broadstairs in the summer.
Oh, that.
Yeah, we used to pass.
that'd
I
be
think they've done it into like apartments and that now, which is a shame because I wasn't old enough to have a beer in there when Dad refused to stop. Yeah. Oh, that's what they did for
Yeah.
Jolly. Should we
Michael
stop?
was
No,
jumping out the window.
let's just get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cheers, Dad.
That was a classic. That was a classic episode. That was.
You really, well, the coach driver gets absolutely. I was going to say the W word there, but
Lottoed.
yeah,
It's when
schmankered.
it's when Rodney's on the phone, isn't he? I can't remember who he's talking to. He's talking saying, and he just says, "Our coach just blew up."
Oh,
It's fake
go.
neck, isn't it? He goes all on fire.
Don't he get arrested?
Who?
The
The driver.
Rodney.
Oh, does he? No. Trigger with his hat, kiss me quick or whatever.
Squeeze me quick, squeeze me slow.
No, it's a brilliant episode. Was that a feature long? Was it long?
You don't remember Beano's? I bet you've never been on a Beano, have you?
No, I would have loved
I
a
used to
Beano
love-
as
I used to
well.
work in New Cross Bus Garage in the 70s. We used to go on Beano's to Margate, and it was absolutely
You might want to
brilliant.
explain what a Beano is.
Well,
to
Beano is
people who
where
don't know.
all
It's like the
the-
magazine, isn't it? Dennis the
Yeah,
Menace.
you decide on a
Mashup.
particular Saturday, and you all get together. Sue's guy,
All the
and
boys at work.
all the boys at work, and all some of their friends. You build it up a bit, and you all head off to the coast with. When you go on the old Route Master bus, and there was the where the conductor used to stand.
Yeah.
There's that bit behind him where he put cases. That was just full of cans of beer.
Sounds amazing.
And by the time you got Lewisham, you wanted a wee.
Yeah, but you could just piss off the side of the bus, couldn't you?
Well, it's a funny story there because we was going down the old A2, going down the A2.
It's not as good as the new one, is it?
No, we ran the bell, and the driver sort of realised one of us wanted to go to the
And the
toilet.
poor bastard who had to drive.
So he just pulled into the lay-by, the yard shoulder, and we'd all get out and we'd just wee up the side of the bus as the other cars were going along. Of course, the first bloke who's done gets to the bus and rings the bell, he goes. 30 blokes standing there having a wee, and beep, beep, beep. A better story than that. We was coming. You couldn't stay. I think you had to be out of the town by something 6 o'clock because they wouldn't have all the, because obviously it weren't just us. There was other crowds in
Yeah.
there. There's always a bunch up somewhere. Anyway, we had to go out to this a pub outside the town. Anyway, we all piled on the bus, and got about 20 yards out of town, and one of these blokes wants to go to where he said he's well hammered. He decides to have a wee off the platform of the old route of the bus, and the old police car come up behind.
On the
With a windscreen wipers on, yeah.
Literally, he sold me thunder. The old windscreen wipers are going, and he's hanging off the old, the platform.
Probably didn't even know the police car
Anyway,
was
he
there.
pulled us over and give the driver a right rollicking. But the driver's got
He's
the
got his
old
own cab.
He can't even see us. He don't know what's going on back there. But yeah, I mean, I can do a whole podcast on. But that's what it was. You all got together. You had a great time.
It's a shame that.
You don't remember the Sunday because you just headache and never again.
Worth it though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Anyway, that's what a Beano is, Bob.
Does it still happen?
Don't know.
Oh,
I don't think so. Not like it used to. I mean,
I don't know. It probably does.
I mean, I think if it did, I would have been on one.
I don't think people kind of. There's a lot of fear around it, isn't there? Because if you there's cameras everywhere. Do you know what I mean? You get.
Yeah, I suppose and especially if you work for the council or the bus, or you're sort of flying that flag.
One video goes out of a bloke weeing off the back of a bus. Before you know it, he's lost his job.
The thing is about the Route Master bus, it only goes 40 miles an hour. So it takes a while to get there.
So you need all that beer.
Yeah. I always remember we was going down and it was inside lane because we...
You must have been pissed out your head by the time you got there.
Anyway, we straight in, just going down the A2 and 40 miles an hour. And of course, everything's overtaken us. And this coach, it was like the England football coach, it was all immaculate. And they had a bar in it with optics. And there's all these blokes done up in blazers and ties. And they went by.
The Rotary
We was
Club,
giving them the old Nescafe handshake as they went by. And they sort of give us the old V sign. And it was great because about a mile down the road, they're broken down. Their radiator had blown up. So we went by waving at them. It was great. It was great. Yeah, loads of stories like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gutted. I was born in the wrong era, I think.
Born too late.
Yeah.
You was. You would have loved it, you would have.
I would have, yeah. Agreed, sir.
You wouldn't have been invited.
What was we talking about? What was we talking about?
Oh, no. Oh, the Johnny one. Yeah. Yeah. You know, old Uncle Albert worked in the bank, that West Bank, for 40 years.
Did he?
Yeah, before he sort of got his chance. He used to do amateur dramatics and that, but that was his first break.
So he was an old banker.
His only break he needed.
Yeah,
really.
It's got to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah,
That's what it
he
is.
certainly was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
That must have
he was
been
a lovely man.
Must have been really hard though because obviously Grandad died, didn't he? The actor who played him actually died.
Pierce.
Yeah, and I saw a program where they was talking about where they went to the actual funeral. And
And then
really,
they filmed,
really sad.
yeah.
And then they had to film his funeral.
So there
And
he
it
They
was
still
like-
wear a gag with a hat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, has anybody seen my hat?
Yeah,
He throws it in the grave.
Which is, in essence, what Only Fools and Horses gives you. It
Yeah, I
is
think,
heartwarming, but it
think-
also gives you gags and funny
I
stuff.
think
Yeah.
Leonard Pierce would have appreciated it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's brave to
why
replace
does
him as well.
Why does he watch two? Why has he got two tellies? Oh, the other one's being mended. He has three. Yes,
He got me a cheeseburger, Dale.
I wanted an emperor burger.
That's all I could afford. Yeah.
Yeah, you could talk about it forever.
I always remember Uncle Albert when he does the gravy and coffee mix.
Oh, yeah,
She
yeah.
poured coffee on her dinner. We'll have a nice hot hot cup of gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah, it does give you that kind of heartwarming.
Yeah, and
thing.
I mean,
It is-
I love it because when they're out and about, especially, like, I just love looking around at the streets
The
back
cars
then.
and stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
all that, and it all seems just better.
Well,
Betterer.
especially the market.
Yeah,
You don't get markets like that anymore. They're not like that anymore. I think the one I saw, the most recent.
Well, they all have the
market I
same
saw-
stuff on them, don't they?
Well, yeah, it's like Scooby Doo when they run down a hall. And there's a
Exactly,
table, a lamp, a table, a lamp, table, a lamp. It's like that, isn't it? It's the
is
same
exactly
stuff.
like that.
They can unlock your phone like this. It is.
Yeah, it's not the
Yeah,
same.
the blokes aren't the same. The shouting out.
Yeah, we some of them guys were brilliant. I mean, I remember going to Woolwich Market with Mum and Nan.
Sheep animash.
No, but then you'd have that van pull up, and he'd open the side and go, right. Or he'd just have a load of random stuff that would obviously...
You've seen these, they're not 50 quid, they're not
Yeah.
40 quid, they're not even 35. Give me £12.
yeah. And then an old bill would turn up and he'd just shut the doors and...
I bought a couple of bits off him, absolute crap. Fell apart on the way home.
Yeah. I remember when we did that once, and it was a black bag. It had something inside, and he was like, "It's a mystery thing, like building up,
Yeah.
and you bid on it and won it. I don't know how much you paid. We got it home. It was 2 walkie-talkies.
That's right. No, I pulled over in the car to see what it was. I was so curious. Yeah, I think I got one of them as a kid when I was about 10.
And you said to me, you was in the house with
Was it
one.
2
and
cans
you
of
said,
string?
see how far you can go. And we talked to each other. I got to the end of the driveway.
We didn't have a long driveway.
No.
Buckingham Palace, it wasn't.
It was not, yeah.
You live and learn, though, don't you? You live and learn.
Yeah. It
Worth a
was,
gamble, worth a gamble.
It wasn't.
Those guys, I mean, it was just, it was all just a bit better back then. It's all a bit boring now.
It's all techie now, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
well,
all
the
techie.
character-
Here we are doing a podcast.
You didn't have successful, dodgy people now because, it's too easy to catch them. It is, isn't it? You standing on the side of the road trying to sell something, like you say, you got about 10 cameras on you.
So you're saying it's a bad thing that we don't catch?
You don't have to buy stuff off them, do you? But it's just,
No, you do.
characters.
You get reeled in.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's the same. You.
It's when Rodney's standing there, he's got that thing. He goes, "Yeah, how much do you spend on getting your hair cut and all that?" He goes, he goes, he takes a bit of Rodney's hair. He's standing in front, and he looks up. He's like, "What was that?" And when he's home, he's like, "Damn, I think I'm losing my hair." He just goes, takes a bit of his hair off.
I remember when he was dating the policewoman, wasn't he? And she came back to the flat and saw all the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, he had
And
to.
he goes, have you got a police record? He goes, yeah, walking on the moon.
Yeah, they have to clear everything out, don't they?
They literally everything that's
Gives her a stolen watch. Yeah. What about Men Behaving Badly?
I mean, as I said, the theme tune alone gives me nostalgic of Friday nights watching telly and as we've said before, Lenny Henry. No, what's his name? The bloke, Harry Enfield. In the first season, not that good.
Yeah, but the
And then
writing
it
was still good.
skyrocketed. Yeah,
the writing was still good. See, this is the thing about that program. The writing isn't better in the second and going on. It's the same, but that's how little Harry Enfield brought to the show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that change in character, because the writing didn't really.
It's surprising that Harry Enfield, being a character actor, didn't create a character from it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but he was just.
There was no
him.
voice. There was no. Yeah,
No, he was just
How
him.
can he be so good at doing his show, but can't act in a sitcom?
because he writes his own show.
That's not really.
Yeah,
I
no.
think it is. I think it
I
is.
don't know.
Because if you look at, say, Ricky Gervais writes his own characters, he plays that character, it's a good character. But if you see him in Hollywood films where he hasn't written it, it's just, it's weak.
Well, the two Ronnies didn't write all their own stuff, yet they were great. I mean,
Different level.
Yeah. I think if you can embody the character better if you, like Mrs. Brown's Boys, he wrote the character and he...
Well, I love that show.
He carried it.
Why isn't
you
that
love
in
to
the
hate it.
32?
What?
You love to hate
Mrs.
it.
Brown's Boys.
But that's
I
not...
think
I-
we've gone for-
No, I watched a couple last night. I changed my mind completely. It's amazing. Amazingly funny.
Were you
alright?
drunk?
I think I might have been asleep.
I don't think I've ever seen you sober.
Well, he's on Lucas 8 today, so he should be.
There was a little surprise in there, but never mind.
Something radioactive in there.
Yeah.
Well, it might have been my sample.
Yeah. But
I
when
saw about Harry Enfield. I've seen him live.
what, stand up?
No, I went to see the recording of one of his shows, Harry
Oh,
Enfield
okay.
and Friends. A long time ago, it must have been late 90s, something like that. I went with two blokes from work, and it was all the way up when we lived. We was in coming from South London then. We went all the way to North London, Wembley, and we queued up for a long time, and then we didn't get in.
Why?
Well, I don't know if it's the same with all tickets.
Was your name not Dan?
Oh, I know what
No,
you're
if
going
you're
to say.
not all,
Yeah.
if they have like 500 tickets, 500 seats, they sell about 2,000 tickets to make sure they get the full quota of 500.
Yeah.
What'd you do instead?
Nothing. You just had to go home.
What, you didn't go
Anyway, one
go
of
down
my
the pub or anything like that?
no, one of my mates one of my mates, his dad was really good with the old letters, and he sent him a really ringy letter saying when we didn't buy the tickets, they were free. When we've done the trip to Wembley, we didn't thought we was taking part in some sort of gamble, like, you know. Anyway, they sent us tickets, VIP tickets back, so we definitely get in through the side door, and we got to go in the bar with like Harry Enfield and all that lot.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
all White
Why have
House.
you never told me this before?
And
I've never heard this story.
anyway, but what I was going to say was
I think he's making it up.
no, we was in the studio, and it's a lot of time between takes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he was messing around with the audience, like. And but I'll tell you who couldn't remember their lines was Kathy Burke. They done one of their clips with where the slobs.
Wayne and Wayne out.
Yeah, Wayne Wayneetta, and they were robbing a bank. The sketch was they were robbing a bank, and blimey, she had to do about 100 takes. She just couldn't remember whether she was only told them that day and she hadn't rehearsed. I don't know, but she just couldn't remember any of her lines at all.
Yeah, you get people like that. I mean,
But he was really good. I mean, Paul Whitehouse was there and the usual crowd.
He's great.
It was
Paul
good being
Whitehouse.
up close to him in the bar, like, you know.
Did you talk to him?
Not really. They was in their own little gang, like,
Yeah,
you know.
I would have.
Oh, you would have been right over there.
It was before phones and selfies
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's just a little memory.
Just stand in the corner.
I bet the whole room was just standing there looking
No,
at
there
it.
was three of us. We were just chatting amongst ourselves, like, you know.
You should have gone over and gone, loads of money! He'd have loved that. He'd have
Yeah,
really
of
loved
course you would. Yeah, you've never heard it before.
Threw some coppers at him.
Victor Meldrew.
Yeah, Membo Bailey is.
I mean, it skyrocketed once what's his name came in. It
No, it's
became
different level. Yeah, I mean, it's such a funny program. So many funny bits in it.
Don't they end up with the urinal in their house?
Yeah,
from
he
the
goes,
pub?
you don't think it makes the room look too toilety, do you? And he goes, he goes, how many hours do you reckon we stood there? He says like 3,000 or so. I've got Anthea to work it out. He goes, oh, busy day then. It was for Anthea. Yeah, and like when he finds out that the Crown's being refurbished, they rush down there.
Yeah.
And he goes, the Crown. Like anyway, and as they walk into the pub, there's a guy carrying a toilet on his shoulder, and it bings Tony right in the head, and the noise it makes, it always makes me laugh. So he walks in, he goes, bing! He goes, God! He goes, well, we're not stepping back here until Les is reinstalled. And then the next frame is them in the pub with a beer. I think, and then he walks past, he takes the towel. Oh, the towel from the gents. And it's rank. Like, proper. But he's one of them with the roller, you know. And in the old days, they didn't change them.
Oh,
it's not
no.
like a towel on a rail that got changed. It was just on a
loop.
Sort of, yeah. Oh, mate, they were really bad.
You
weren't
pull
they?
it down,
He's
it's
like, "What's
wetter
that?"
than the driving.
You never
just
drive.
getting wetter and wetter, yeah.
Horrible.
What do you think of Martin Clunes in Doc Martin?
I haven't seen Doc Martin.
Oh, it's very dull. You've seen it, Bob?
I don't think I've seen him in
They've
anything
made
else.
So many series. Have you what other than Doc Martin?
No, Martin
Oh,
Clunes.
so you've never seen Doc Martin?
No,
It's-
maybe even badly. I mean, I don't think I've seen
it's
him in
dull.
anything
We
else.
watched about the first series and then gave up with it.
What is it, like a sleuth kind of?
He's a doctor, isn't he?
I think he's
He's
like,
Doc Martin. He's a doctor.
no, but he's like a.
Oh, I thought he was wearing Doc
he's like
Martens.
a city or a town doctor, and he moves to Cornwall, is it, or somewhere down
Yeah, something like that.
southwest.
It's like the Vicar of Dibley then.
No, it's not. It's not a comedy, is it?
Is it?
It's a comedy drama, I think.
Is it?
Like Minder would be a comedy drama.
I love Minder. Wow, that's
Yeah.
a great program.
Not a sitcom though.
And Sweeney.
Diddy.
Diddy.
Get
You're
your trousers on, you're nicked.
Yeah. They always drive a big Granada. Mark III Granada. Yeah.
Those are the days, isn't they?
That's a man's
Well, what's the
car.
dinner one, Dave? Where does Sweeney?
Oh, we're the Sweeney, man. Had no dinner.
It's before they arrest someone.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
they got the ump.
The Flying Squad.
It
It's a
was
great
good.
program.
John Thor was. I really loved him in that, but in Morse, God, that's dull. as well.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Free was a frost for
I
me.
like the
all
Kevin
day long.
RQC one he done, the one about where he was a lawyer, barrister. That was good.
He had
No.
the nice Jag in Morse, didn't he? The red Jag.
Yeah,
We
don't
are
be saying
quite-
good about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
mean,
people
is
love that. I think more people love Morse than the Sweeney, but
Okay, so well,
well,
he was.
I think this is quite an easy one, even for me.
Yeah, I mean, you are a big fan of him.
I am,
Bradley, yeah,
but at
he's
the
a
end of the
huge fan.
day, you can't really compare 'em.
yeah.
Although I really love Men Behaving Badly. He nearly forgot the name of it.
That's how good it is.
That's how good Only Fools and Horses
He's
is.
not been drinking, I promise.
No, that Lucas has gone right to my head. Yeah, for me, Only Fools and Horses has to be, without a shadow of a doubt, someone else.
I gotta agree. Yeah, I can't. It is a stallion of a show. I mean, it's gonna take some beating. Gay. But yeah, Only Fools and Horses for me.
Free Zip.
Yeah, it has to
Free
be.
Zip. It is.
It's going to take some beating, that one.
Yeah,
It really
but there
is.
are some big shows in there.
Yeah,
so
Good Life still there.
yeah.
Yeah, not for long.
Okay.
It's going down in Chinatown.
Well, this show was sponsored by Kent All Clean. We are going to end on a song from one of our friends of the show, Codie West, featuring Rd2 and JAEY. This is Need to Know. Take care. Listen to you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Gotta run away. Didn't like the way my life was. Never thought I was good enough. I used to think I was a write-off. Puedo ser lo que tú quieres y más. Dame una oportunidad. Now I realize that I'm good enough. I don't ever have to hide, no. Puedo ver lo que quieres de mí. I can see just what you want from me. Tell me 'cause I need to know. Dímelo, 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 baby. I've been reaching in my soul. Estoy sintiendo lo que tú sientes. Bring me up and then drop me low. Me confundes pero soy paciente. Yeah, you're playing with fuego. Cuidado, no te quemes. Te estaba buscando y ya te encontré. Y donde vayas allí yo iré. Porque desde ese día lo que quiero es got me forever. I can't deny that is the idea I got in my mind. Puedo ver lo que quieres de mí. I can see just what you want from me. Tell me 'cause I need to know. Dímelo, 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 baby. I've been reaching in my soul. Estoy sintiendo lo que tú sientes. Bring me up and then drop me low. Me confundes pero soy paciente. Yeah, you're playing with fuego. Cuidado, no te
Must have
quemes.
clocked it at the right time. Should we tie loose ends to one wine? You can have me or some white wine. I know you're vexed, you're upset, it's not nice. See, I'm in my trackies and my snapbacks dipping. I know I've been a fool, but you don't know what I've been in. Alarm bells ringing. I did you wrong, listen, I ain't gonna kid it. But you know we're strong if you give me another minute. So let's kick back. I know you like it, so let me hit that. It's so exciting, I wanna kiss ya. But now I'm in the doghouse. Sprint from now, what to what now?
Puedo ver lo que quieres de mí. I can see just what you want from me. Tell me 'cause I need to know. Dímelo, 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 baby. I've been reaching in my soul. Estoy sintiendo lo que tú sientes. Bring me up and then drop me low. Me confundes pero soy paciente. Yeah, you're playing with fuego. Cuidado, no te quemes. Bring me up and then drop me low.
Pick me up and then drop me down low.
Yeah, you're playing with fuego.
Codie West. JAEY.
Yeah, you're playing with